Thanks for joining us. I'm Andrew Kersten.
And I'm Madison Humphrey.
The Toledo area has a severe blood shortage, and the Red Cross is in need of emergency donations. African American women shined bright last Tuesday. The Association for the Advancement of African American Women, also known as 4AW, hosted its 4th annual gala. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America says about 80% of college students experience stress daily. That's why UT Success coaches are hosting Stop, Drop, and De-Stress. This free event at the Rec Center is April 5th. It will include yoga, relaxation, and team building activities. The UT coaches want students to realize that mental health is just as important as good grades. For more than 3 decades, women's athletics have steadily grown in popularity. Over the weekend, UT celebrated National Girls and Women in Sports Day here at Savage Arena. Fans got a chance to meet and play with current UT women athletes and alumni and experience firsthand everything from tennis to basketball. National Girls and Women in Sports Day has been around for over 30 years. This was Toledo's 2nd year joining the celebration.
This is Lainey, a dog to some, but a sign of hope for those with a disability. Earlier this year, the Assistant Dogs for Achieving Independence, a program of the Ability Center, teamed up with UT. They created a program called Rocket Service Dogs that will train canines, like Lainey, to service people in need. These pooches began their training as young as 8 weeks old and spend time with UT student volunteers. They will learn to bond with and obey the students, and then move on to the ADAI for more training and eventual placement.
They have the option to become therapy dogs, where they'll actually be placed within hospitals and facility settings.
Following training, the dogs will be assigned to an individual to help with everyday tasks and to gain independence once again.
Last year, the dogs serviced over 120 community hours. So just remember, they are always more than just dogs.
Over the weekend, Toledo dominated the MAC tournament in Cleveland. After beating Northern Illinois on Saturday morning, they earned a spot in the NCAA championship for the first time in 16 years. Players and fans gathered in Savage Arena to see which seed the Rockets would capture.
I think realistically it's probably going to be between an 11 and a 13. I think the thing is, number one, we're just happy to be in it. But number two, we're not going to play like it. We're very proud of the opportunity. We want to embrace it. We want to give our best effort, but we also want to be smart.
After waiting and watching the Jumbotron in Savage Arena, Toledo's name was finally announced live on ESPN. They are the 10th seed and will head out west to play the 7th seeded Creighton Blue Jays. That game will be 3 hours in another time zone, but the players aren't worried about the trip.
In the past 2 weeks, we've been going straight, and so to play 4 games in 6 days, I feel like we've been tested, and we obviously did okay, got the championship.
The Rockets will play this Friday night in Corvallis, Oregon, with tip-off at 7:30 p.m. I'm Andrew Kersten for UT 10 News. The much-anticipated moment has arrived for UT seniors. On May 7th, thousands of Rockets will walk across the stage to graduate college.
Brian Fillion.
They will come together to end one journey and to begin another. Historically, commencement was held inside the Glass Bowl, a tradition that stopped in 1998, and since then, the ceremony has been there just once. Nonetheless, the students are excited.
I think that's perfect. I play football, so that's even better.
According to the college provost, Andrew Shue, the move is to bring together all of the students into one venue, and this is the chance for students to look back at their 4 years here and know that all of it was for this one moment.
Let's go change the world. Let's go out there and make the world a better place.
The ceremony will begin at 10 a.m. bright and early on Sunday morning, and seating will be on a first-come, first-served basis. From the Glass Bowl, I'm Andrew Kersten for UT 10 News.
Every day, millions of Americans suffer from some sort of mental health problem, including 1 in every 5 in Northwest Ohio. This past Saturday, the Huntington Center hosted a Critical Connection seminar. This event was a crowd-oriented discussion highlighting mental health and ways coaches and leaders can assist players and youth. Hundreds gathered to hear of their personal stories and new styles of leadership.
I hope they understand the power and the influence they have as a coach, and to understand that they can really maximize their effort and their influence through three-dimensional coaching. There are a lot of kids out there that are suffering.
The effects of mental health can be just as dangerous to youth lives. This is why coaches and community leaders from around Toledo learned of ways to help them grow and to stay positive. The event is a part of ProMedica's partnership with Harbor Behavioral Health. Together, they launched a mental health initiative last September Nearly $1 million has been funded, all benefiting enhanced treatments and resources in Northwest Ohio.
Last year we began the Unmasking Mental Health, which was to begin a conversation in the community of conversations about behavioral health so that people could help remove the stigma and reduce the barriers for people to access services.
The keynote speaker of the event was former college football head coach Lou Holtz. He shared his personal coaching stories with the crowd and how large of a role purpose plays in your life. If you or somebody you know is struggling with mental health, or you just want to talk, remember that parents, teachers, and coaches are always there to help. From the Huntington Center, I'm Andrew Kersten for UT10 News.
Both the men and women basketball teams were in action over the past weekend, and we'll start you off with the Rocket men who hosted Central Michigan on Friday night. And it all starts with that dynamic duo right there, Steve Taylor Jr. and Jonathan Williams. First half action, Taylor gets the feed from Jalen Sanford and drills a mid-range jumper. Chippewas answer back with the nation's leading scorer, Marcus Keene. He goes to work on John, left, right, left. Somebody get some cast for those ankles. He finished with 27 points. However, the duo is too much for Central Michigan as John tacks on another bucket. Taylor and Williams both finished the night with a combined 37 points. Your Rockets would prevail and improve to a 15-14 overall record and 500 in MAC play. And the Toledo Walleye have not lost since March 11th. And they put that record on the ice over the weekend. They played Game 6 of their current 7-game homestand on Sunday night. And it was Pooch night at the Huntington Center. Fans brought in their furry friends to see the Walleye take on the Norfolk Admirals. First period action, Norfolk draws first blood as Tommy Giroux gets Walleye goalie Jake Peterson sleeping and sneaks one in. But the Fish answer right back. Alex Globke pokes in the wraparound from Shane Burschback for his first goal of the season. After both teams traded goals in the second and third period, Toledo and Norfolk needed extra time to finish this one. So, let's have some free hockey. After a scoreless OT period, a shootout was the deciding factor in this game. Burschback and Evan Rankin both missed for the Walleye, but Zach Pachiro seals the deal for the Admirals. Norfolk prevails and the win streak for the Walleye ends at 11 games. And finally, the Toledo Rockets football team held their last spring practice on Saturday. After back-to-back bowl appearances for the Rockets, Toledo rewarded head coach Jason Candle to a contract extension through 2021. The deal includes over $2 million over 4 years, including a $250,000 stipend.
Really thankful that a lot of people have a lot of confidence in myself and our coaching staff, and certainly look forward to chasing the championship with this football team this year.
It's opening day, the unofficial holiday for baseball fans everywhere and for the fans of the Toledo Mudhens. It's when the weather warms up, spirits are lifted, and people can finally get outside to enjoy America's pastime. But in Toledo, we do it differently. Rooftop parties, ice-cold drinks, delicious food. The fun never ends.
The whole place shuts down. The streets are alive. All the bars and restaurants in the warehouse district are alive. People everywhere. It's just a great atmosphere.
After the up-and-coming Hensville has made its name to the people of Toledo, it's been the scene for pregame and postgame parties. Not into the party scene? Don't worry. During the game, the fun-filled atmosphere is for people of all ages.
Go Toledo!
On opening day, last season is gone. It's a clean slate, and we can enjoy baseball once again.
If you didn't have a chance to come down here for opening weekend at Fifth Third Field, don't worry, the Mudhens are back in town April 25th when they take on the Charlotte Knights. From Muddy, Madonna, I'm Andrew Kersten for UT10 News.